Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Resonant Rise. I'm your host Kieran Dave, creator of the Resonant Rise mod pack and one of the co-maintainers. And hey, I just wanted to let you guys know, my job these days in the Resonant Rise mod pack is, people have been asking about like who the various people are. We actually gotten a surprising number of questions, because I didn't think honestly anyone would really care about how we make it. But I did want to stress one thing. While I have been doing some pack maintenance, I do some of it. Most of that work goes to Relocating, or Velotician. I don't know how he wants to pronounce his name. He never tells me because he refuses to get on voice chat. But yeah, Velo is the guy. You'll see him on the forums. You'll see him in the IRC a lot. He's the guy who does most of the pack maintenance. Probably 90% of it these days. I do help out, and I tend to go for like the bigger, harder bugs or power balancing. Those are the things I really enjoy doing. But he does the day-to-day work, and so he really deserves a lot of credit as we move towards the stable version of the mod pack. He deserves credit for just really, you know, slugging it out and sticking with it for the long haul. That said, there are a lot of people who make the effort successful, and you know we're getting a tester team, we're getting a new team to make the new pack. I just wanted to take a moment to say, as we approach 50,000 users and all these things that are happening in the pack, and as we get more and more YouTubers and streamers, we get more popular basically. As I say, it's a team effort, and there's a lot of people involved. My name is on the logo, but it won't be for much longer because it's kind of unfair to everybody just because I created it for me to get more credit, when the reality is a lot of what I do these days is promote the pack, help balance and playtest the pack, and get these YouTube initiatives together. My job is to sort of make Resonant Rise extra awesome, but I don't make the bulk of Resonant Rise these days. I just wanted to kind of make sure that everybody understood that before I got started with my episode. For folks who don't care, I'm sorry about the insider baseball. That's all we'll do. So let's see. Last time we were doing a bunch of work. I should show you before we go on. Check this out. I completed this forest. Look, it's bigger. Oh yes, it's a tier 4 altar with a master's blood orb. And I've made a bunch more sigils. Here's my sigil of holding, which if I shift click, shifts between a couple of utility sigils that I like to just have around at all times. And we go a million LP. So I can't just leave my stuff on forever, right? But I can leave it on for a long time. And, oh, sorry, spoiler Bevo. I can't quite, yeah, we'll have to see how that goes, like how much I can use it. I don't really have a great intuition for it, but I think I can basically sort of just like leave this Sigil of Elemental Affinity on and never take fall or lava or underwater breathing damage again. It's not very costly compared to the total size of my pool. That's sort of the way it's been for Ars Magica too. So that's sort of like the magical mods. You get to a point where it's like, don't care, Archmage powerful. I sort of feel like I'm reaching that point. Oh, and did you know that most forms of haste stack? So let's turn this on for safety. Whoa, not that. Turn this on for safety, and then let's turn on my sigil of haste. One of my new sigils. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, all these various haste effects that I have on make me so unbelievably fast, it's like uncontrollable. The beacon being here with haste, my Darkcraft armor, each piece with speed, and then this haste sigil, which gives boost 2 on top of it, I go crazy fast. I go so fast that the server can't keep up building my Phantom Bridge. I've also been working with Darkcraft. I made this Swell Force Belt. As you can see, I've got a bunch of various things. But most importantly, I've got ender rods to basically everyone's place. And so I can just kind of like phone home and whoop, vip up here, right? I can pop over to, let's see, I can pop over to, how about Sace's place? It'll take a second to load up. Oh, Sace's place. How cool is that? So I have sort of my own personal teleportation network. A lot of other people are building. There's a creeper here, snuck on me, sorry. There's a teleportation network that people are building. I have my own private Archmagi. Oh, by the way, look at Sace's tier 5 altar. How cool is this? In here, even with the ender pyramids, and man, look at that. That's just, it's amazing. It's amazing. Definitely worth checking out. But I'm going to pop back home. Because basically blood magic has come a long ways, and I'm really ready to start just building things. But one thing I did want to sort of do on camera, because I thought it'd be fun, is I've been looking at my list here. Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff here. Bound Tools, Wood Farm, Steel Production, Renewable Power, EXP Farm. I have an interesting way to do EXP Farm that I think most most people can't do another mod pack, so I thought it'd be fun to do it for us. We can turn this off, by the way. What I need to do, though, is get some ritual stones, some building materials, and some flowers, and a diamond. Can you guess what I'm doing? Let me get the things together that I need, and we'll get ready for a little bit of an expedition as well as a building adventure. Because I think we're going to be going to another dimension. Alright folks, I think I have most of the things I need, because we're going to the Twilight Forest. Let's see here. I need a little bit of water. Just one here, and one here will suffice. I remember back when that was a lot of LP, and now it's just like, have so much. And I think flowers will suffice. I'll get the grass fixed up here in a little bit. It's just a matter of going back and grabbing the right tool for my bin. Sunrise. As I recall, all then it takes is for me to toss in a... Ooh, ow. Ugh. Jeez, how rude. Now, I should, I think, be able to do this. Yes. And this makes it nice and easy for anyone who wants to hop in and from underneath. They can just... Right, here we go. Delightful. What a spawn. Oh, that's cool. There's a dark forest right there. Oh, let me just, was maximizing my frame rate. There we go. Huh. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and mark this as a waypoint. I love the Twilight Forest. I don't go here as often as I should. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I'll be able to see that on my mini-map. Yeah, I definitely don't use this area as much as I should. It's a really, really cool place, right? I mean, let's just turn this on, grab our air sigil, survey our surroundings. I mean, let's face it, this dark forest thing over here, just an amazing biome. If you haven't seen it before, look at these trees, right? What else do we have around here? All sorts of cool stuff. The other thing that's interesting is there just aren't that many mob spawns, especially up in the trees, which is kind of cool. All these cool little bunnies and stuff. Squirrels. I'll definitely have to bring some of these back to my base. I'm thinking that the ground of my base is going to become the alien forest. Oh boy, look at these dark mages. Look at these dark mages fighting the mana light elementals, or light mages and dark mages fighting in the Twilight Forest. That's funny. Huh. Well, you guys go, I guess. Hey, an Ars flower. That's cool. I wonder if there are lots of Ars flowers here. Be interesting. Okay, well, let's not get too distracted. What we just need to do is, I don't know, let's just pick a tree. Where's our waypoint? Somewhere around here, right? I say literally, oh, don't worry, I'll be able to find it. But then I move so fast, I forget. There it is. Right, so what is going on here? This isn't good. Well, I guess so long as my... Let's just make sure that, yeah, this happens. Yeah. I mean, I really don't want this entire tree to... Well, I guess that's fine. Ugh. This is a pain in the butt. Hold on just a sec, folks. I'm going to deal with this fire. Alright, folks. The fire sort of burnt itself out. So... Whoa! Whoa! Ow! Jeez! That really hurt. These mana creepers. Well, anyways, like I was saying, I'm just about to build up a little structure here so that I have a little bit of safety from things that creep up. Because normally it's actually pretty safe here, but, you know, it can get more dangerous. What with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. What with all the things that can spawn here. You just do have to be a little bit careful. Kind of wish that the tree had burnt you down. So let me just build a little platform here. And, wait, what am I doing? Don't I have it? I do. Bound axe. Hey, yo, tree, out of my way. Yeah. Oh, I love it. And I don't have to worry too much about the cost of it right now. That's fantastic. Let me go ahead and finish building this, and I just need a little platform to work with, and then I'll be right back. Oh man, I forget how awesome looking this dimension is. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is a little bit of an exercise in more blood magic. Now, I just want to get a bunch of resources from this dimension. Hello, light mages. There's a mage war here happening all the time. Like I was saying, I just want to get resources from this place. I could set up a mine. I could set up all sorts of different things I could do. I could set up my Steve's cart system and a gate to send it off here. But quite frankly, I just really want to get this done so I can move on to some other aspects of the builds. So what I'm going to do here is reach into my ender pack and pull out some stuff we need for rituals. So let's go ahead and toss these things in for a few minutes while we work out this. We have Master Ritual Stone, and we have 16 regular Ritual Stones. I also need to go into my magic bag and pull out my Pepper Shakers. I shouldn't need any of the advanced ones, just the core elemental ones. Let's go ahead and just put these down for a sec so I can train my wand. This goes away. And right, so it wants to go there. And boop. Oh, I can't train it, huh? That's interesting. Huh, well, that's okay. I'll pick those up in a minute. That's always interesting, things that you can and can't use with Thaumcraft. I never really get it. So, yeah, I think right there. So that's the Master Ritual Stone. You've seen me do rituals before, but I'll just build this one because this is one that I think is super cool. It's one of my favorite rituals, actually, and it can become late game, or later game, I guess, much more automated. And you notice I gave myself room to work with here on all four sides. We go here, 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 here. Oh, I have enough. Perfect. And then in these corners, we put down more. 2, 3, and 4. All right. So first, we give the influence of the sky to the ritual. Next, we call upon the molten core of the earth. Next, we pay homage to the earth from which we are drawing bounty. And I think we have to give a little bit more homage. Yeah, we need a wee bit more, because this is... And there we go. Oh, thank goodness. You actually have to draw blood out for that to work. Interesting. I've never had enough of it. All right, and then let's go ahead and pull out our activation crystal. Now, this is called the Ritual of the Magnet, if I made it right, and I'm looking at the diagram here. So take a good long look at this. This is one of the first, probably the most complicated ritual in the Tier 3 rituals, except for, of course, the Ritual of Binding, which you saw. So let's go ahead and kick this off. So now what it's going to do is start pulling ores up out of the ground, just relentlessly. You can see it searches a 5x5 area underneath it, all the way down to bedrock, and then just pulls them up. Now, the fun part, of course, would be automating this, but there's a couple different ways we can do it. I could automate this, but I think I'm probably just going to do is, this is going to be great. I'm just going to let it sort of, I think what I can actually do is this, area mode activated. If I let it fill all the way up, then I could just do it with Darkcraft in one swoop. Yeah. So yeah, I just have to kind of, you know, kind of shepherd this for a little while. And you can see that it's only pulling up interesting ores. It doesn't pull up cobble. It doesn't silk touch things, but you know, what we're actually looking for here is fantasy ores. We're looking for stuff specifically that gives us things from metallurgy. In particular, I'm really interested in promethium, and I'm hoping that it'll pull that up. Because if it doesn't pull that up, I'll be sad. I may have to go down digging by hand. Wow, look at all these rubies. And just keep building up and up. I'm a little worried though that I don't see any. Oh, I see these, so it probably is pulling them up. I wonder how high it'll go. This is pretty cool, huh? That's as high as it goes. All right, so let's go. Whoa. Not what I intended. Not what I intended at all. Oh boy. Well, folks, I'm going to keep playing this game for a little bit. And go down and fetch my building materials. And as soon as I get some of the Promethium, I'll start recording again. Oh yeah, look at this, starting to get more and more ores. And of course, I am not going to be using fantasy mode anymore. Oh, it's just limitless possibilities with this. Now, I think probably I like this so much that we're going to fix it up so that it is automated soon, because this is really, really useful. But right now, deep iron, right, we're starting to get the things we need. I also am using this opportunity to configure my my new Darkcraft mining backpack. But look at all this stuff. Man, this is great. Yeah, I'm just going to keep mining, which is not terribly exciting. I'll be right back. Well, folks, unfortunately, I did this, and it seems like I am in the awkward position that I didn't get what I was hoping for out of the first run. And I've already filmed a bunch, so I don't just want to like redo it and pretend nothing happened. In the meantime, though, I'm just going to put a redstone torch on, well, on this guy. I think that'll inhibit the spell. Might be that I have to put him there. So what we need to do, and by the way, I got a ton of ores. Like, don't think that this thing didn't just deliver. As you can see, my backpack is overflowing with an awesome amount of stuff. Right? This search is a 5x5 area. So maybe I should just break and replace all this stuff? No, we have a better solution. Meet me back at my base and I'll show you what my plan is. What we need is a convenient way to move the ritual around. And I'm not shy in telling you that I'm happy to use LP to do it. So I think what we're going to do is build something that's basically something you should really think about the instant you get tier 4 of blood magic, which is this really cool, I mean, this is so cool, you won't believe this. First you start by infusing ender pearls. Ow, ow, ow. If you see this part of the video, it's because I didn't edit it out, because I forgot. Because one of the things I like to do, there we go. There we go. Okay, so this is... Whoa, 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 whoa. Not quite what we want to do yet. This is a teleposition focus. We're going to be using these to make teleposers. But we actually need at least 2 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and let another one of these cook up. And then I actually need 1 to be evolved even further. You can, upon reaching a tier 4 altar, you can immediately have more than one tier, like more than one tier. I think you need the tier 5 altar for the best one, but yeah, there we go. We'll go ahead and pull this off and make 1 more. Now this one we're going to let double cook, basically. Is there anything else I need to do to make this teleposer? No. I just need more ender pearls, lots of gold. All right, this one, please double cook. Thank you. For people curious about this current altar design, because I do realize, oh shoot, I'm out of magic. Wasn't paying attention to which cast mode I was in. This design has 4 speed runes. It's a tier 4 altar with 4 speed runes and 4 capacity runes. It can hold, there we go. It looks like that one, I can't go any higher. Yeah, that's too bad. All right, well, that's full up. Let's pull that in. And of course, we'll leave our Master's Orb in to keep recharging our network. But yeah, it's 4 I guess capacity runes, so that makes the altar hold about 16 buckets of liquid, or 16,000 LP as opposed to the base 10,000. Pretty good deal if you ask me, because it just means I can keep more charged up in that. I may upgrade the altar in different ways later, but you know. Alright, so we could toss these in. I made another item card. We can toss these teleposition focuses in. And we want to make teleposers. There's also the thing made by Imabis. Do not confuse these two things. Okay. And I think that should be sufficient for our needs. Let me show you, before we start, how awesome these things are. All right, folks, I've set up a little bit of a demo. First, I crafted my my improved teleposition focus with a weak blood shard, just shapelessly, and I get this reinforced teleposition focus. I then came back out here to our ritual area just as sort of a demo. We have a red and a blue trial. This one down, each one underneath has one of our teleposers. As you can see, they have empty sockets. All we have to do is first right-click to own its reinforced teleposition focus. It'll say your name in the current owner, and then we shift right-click on one of these. So now, as you can see, it has coordinates 32, 81, 309. Let's see if we just right-click it. There we go. Now it has 37, 81, 309, which is, as we can see, is basically where we are. So let's go back over here, and if we right-click this with a non-teleportation, we get the GUI. We just toss this in here. Now, if we give a direct, not indirect, but direct redstone pulse to this guy from underneath, it will activate. Hear that? Whoop! Wait a second. Wait a second. What just happened? That's right. The teleposition focus swaps things, right? How cool is that? It's pretty cool if you ask me, because what this means is that not only can we do all sorts of super cool stuff, but we can even move rituals around, right? And we can move entities around too. Check this out. It even moves tile entities. That's right. Most tile entities, anyways. Look at that. There's a freaking wooden. What if we were to? I don't know. What if we were to? Whoa. God, it's so hard to control that now. I'm so fast. What if we put down some redstone here? And then we break and replace. Now you can hear, it sounds bigger because it's a bigger operation. But as you can see, almost everything. There are things that don't work right, but even entities like, whoa! Sorry. Don't know my own antsiness sometimes. Even entities like cows and players get moved by this. So yeah, that's pretty cool, I think. Let me go ahead and break these, and we're going to go into the Twilight Forest with these and start moving my ritual around. Because all we have to do is basically just be up in the trees, drop one of these things down, and boom, we get to move it. I think that is pretty incredible. So let me go ahead and take this over there. Okay, folks, so all I have to do now, this is so cool, I'm excited about this, is just pop down here to this partially completed structure and put the teleposer right here. Now, of course, I shift right-click and that rebinds it, and if we look, we'll see, let's see, all we have to do is right-click it, I think, actually. Bound dimension 7, coordinates, right, and if you notice, it goes 1, 2, it'll go 1, 2 on either side, 1, 2. So let's go ahead and look. It just so happens that this ritual fits exactly inside this range. And it's still running too. So let's go ahead and turn this on. I go ahead and hoisted one of these over here. Because we really don't need to be under the canopy. We could be up at sky, right? I could just use my bridge rune. In fact, I probably will do that. Because that's funny. But yeah, let's go ahead and toss this in there. And right there. And I got a redstone wand from Engineer's Toolbox. Very cool thing. Just if you... Oh. Yeah, I have to get further away because it teleported me. That's funny. Ta-da! Check it out. And already running. Already running. So all we have to do is let this clear up. And then we can go ahead and teleport it back. Now, it's probably wise for me to make another one of those big teleporter focuses and put that and bind them symmetrically so I can recall the ritual. Right? Because otherwise, it's not so great. But look, we're already pulling out all sorts of stuff. Zinc, lead. Anyways, I'm going to keep mining until I get what I need through this method. You should find that it's pretty exactly as boring before. But I'm going to go make another teleporter focus while this runs and see if I can get the promethium I need. I need at least 4 ore. All right, folks, so I managed to get a couple things. I had to stop running that ritual because it was just draining me dry. I used 40,000 LP in the course of about 20 minutes, but I got 9 Promethium. Sace came out and helped me look for it. I was very happy. And what I actually need is 8 to start. So let's go ahead and craft this. And I'm very excited because this is a very different kind of experience farm. And I'm thinking I can automate it. So maybe next episode we'll automate this entire process. Maybe with turtles. Okay, this is a Promethium abstractor. We can use it and upgrade it with deep iron, which I think I actually have quite a bit of. But I'll do that off camera in a sec. Well, no, I have enough. I'm doing lots of things at once. Let's go ahead and make some of this while we set up. So what I'm going to do here is I have a vacuum hopper from OpenBlocks. It's an ender pearl. Let's see, the recipe is an ender pearl, a block of obsidian, and a hopper, so not too difficult to make. I also have a tank from OpenBlocks. I'm going to put that right here, and I'm going to put the vacuum hopper right here. And these are just temporary positions. I'll set this up to be a little bit more, friendly and nice looking later. But we can tell the vacuum hopper, if we right click it, we can look at the bottom. We can tell it, hey, I want you to output items in any one direction. But it also sucks up XP, which is an interesting thing, because if we could get something that would consistently suck out XP, then hey-oh, we'd be in good condition. So let's go ahead and get that XP. And as you can see, it is busy. It won't automatically output unless we tell it to. So, or it won't automatically suck items unless we tell it to. So let's just make sure that it doesn't have that on, and there. All right, so how are we going to make XP? Well, I took this abstractor, which I made here, and we're going to put it right here. So now the abstractor is a really interesting and obscure device. You put in valid fuel sources, of which there's only a few fantasy metals, and then you put in ingots of a specific type. So I believe deep iron, we'll not use that though, because we're going to be, how about this orichalcum? It's rare stuff, awesome stuff. There we go. So now the astral silver dust is being burnt. So you have to go to the Twilight Forest and Resonant Rise to get any of these metals. They just don't occur anywhere else, and they're fairly common in the Twilight Forest. But yeah, as you can see, we are now doing this. Let me get way out of the way so that I don't interfere with it. And of course, through the magic of editing, through the magic of editing, time, and a lot of patience off camera, I have a tank full of XP juice. So this guy, if there is a player around, it gives the experience to the player. But if there isn't a player around, so I just sort of went off and stayed away from my base and left a chunk loaded, well, then the vacuum hopper, it spits out experience balls, which the vacuum hopper takes in. I just basically processed a whole bunch of things. You have to be careful because you can only use, I think it's Promethium dust, astral silver dust, or karmit dust in order to power this sucker. But yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. Now I can also dump my experience into this tank as well. So I was actually I'll show you that too. What I can do is go ahead and just drop all these levels. So there we go. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Such tricky little things. If you put one of these on top, oh no, one of these on top, and then stand over it, kind of, it can be a little finicky. There we go. As you can see, it takes out all of my levels very fast. So I should be dumping my experience off into these as well. But I can also start basically just taking all sorts of metallurgy ores, and I can basically grind up the correct ones to use as fuel for this. I can then take the other ones and process them and turn them into experience. So I have actually a really interesting way of getting lots of experience. I'm pretty excited about it. And with that, folks, I think we're probably going to end the episode. Next time, we'll go about turning this into an automatic enchantment system that starts to gather enchantments for us, because that's definitely the next thing we want to do. While on camera here, we'll just upgrade this a few times, but the goal is to get this sucker upgraded, perhaps all the way to max. So there's some deep iron. Let's go ahead and break this fellow. Take this fuel out. Didn't use too much. They're fairly fuel efficient, but at default, but they're just very slow, and as you upgrade them, they get faster, and they also can use, I think they yield more per ore. Although, if I'm wrong about that, I reserve the right to be wrong, because this one's, it's not a very well documented part of the mod. There we go. Deep Iron Abstractor. Let's pull that back in. What can we use this for? Can we use that to make, we can use black steel, which I think I have some of as well. So I'll keep upgrading this off camera, and next time we'll go about actually automating this into a system that creates enchants so that we start creating our armor, and when we want to enchant our blood magic tools to be totally competitive with every other mod, that's what we'll be able to do. Anyways, folks, if you like what you saw, I understand this episode's a little short, but still, come on, I did a lot of episodes last week. If you like what you saw, please like on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, that's great. Come talk to me on the Google+. Come play the mod pack with us. We have so many users now, it's like a football stadium full of people playing every time you log on. If you click the Forge IRC, then you automatically, the Forge IRC optional mod, I'm sorry, then you automatically get put into a channel full of like 130 other people at least, right? Like on slow nights, we have 130 people. On big nights, it can be even more. Those folks can come talk to you. You can ask questions. You can get questions answered. You can hear the staff chat about the mod pack in the future, and you can come on the Resonant Rise forums and give us feedback or suggest mods. We love hearing from you. So, folks, please do that, and please watch my next episode because I'm having a lot of fun right now, and all the feedback you've been giving me has been super helpful. See you next time, I hope.